Hi everyone, and welcome to another pick a card. So this is going to be your monthly galactic guidance pick a card, okay? So as you can see, we have four piles. This is pile number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 4. So I want you to go ahead and pause this video, connect to your higher self and guides, bring in your galactic guides, and ask them which pile should you choose for the energy that is going to help you or assist you in whatever's going on in your life for this coming month or this month of January, okay? So go ahead and take that time now. Remember, the timestamps are going to be located in the comment section as well as in the information section in the video. Okay, the overall energy for pile number 1 is mental transformation for this month. So, and it's connecting to Sirius, so your Sirian guide. So what I want you guys to do is to really meditate with bringing in or connecting to your Sirian guides this month. I highly recommend that you do this either weekly or every day. It doesn't matter. 15 minutes a day will be fine, or up to 30 minutes. You don't have to do a whole hour of meditation to connect. Or you could find guided meditations on YouTube to assist you with connecting to your Sirian guides specifically. It is super important for us to do the work in this manner to really understand the frequencies and I would say even the lessons that these guides help us with. So this is very important that you have a connection, an actual, bond with your galactic guides, because this is how they're able to assist you. They cannot just assist you without your permission or without you initiating contact first. So it's super important that you do this, okay? And this is speaking for my own experience, as well as from my own guides that tell me that humanity is at a point, I would say a very pivotal point in their evolution, where they need to seek wisdom within themselves as well as within the higher realms. It's no longer about seeking, materialistic endeavors that amount to nothing but emptiness in the soul. So it's all about going within. It's all about really connecting to who you are as a soul and why you're truly here, okay? It's investing time in you, into your soul's growth, and then in so many ways, assisting others to do the same, okay? We are moving away from idealisms or false idols that we find in our daily life in the material world, especially when it comes to like Hollywood personalities or any famous people that are wealthy, and we compare our lives to them, and we want to, for some unknown reason, be like them when they are not who you think they really are, okay? So it's all about moving away from that type of mentality into a empowerment mentality, meaning that you as a soul become empowered to accomplish your own life goals, as well as to assist others to do the same. We are here to uplift one another, not to fight or be in competition with one another regarding material wealth and abundance, because it is available for all of us. It's just that we have this mentality, and this is something that we've been programmed since we were little, that people who are rich should be admired, and that is not the truth. You as a soul should be admired. You should admire yourself. You should take care of your mission here and then assist others to do the same, okay? So again, the emphasis is empowerment, okay, of yourself, and to do the work, and starting with connecting to your own guidance, and then from there to your guides is super important, okay? So let's go ahead and do this. So this is all about mental transformation. So that's why this card is brought up, and that's why I went on this rant, okay? So transforming your mentality about yourself, about the life that you perceive, the people around you, what you worship, what you don't, what you believe in and what you don't. All of these things need to change in your life in order for you to find success or peace of mind, as well as even love. It is important for you to really explore your ideals as well as your beliefs here, okay? And the Syrian guides will assist you with this, because Syrians are really good at transformation and transmutation, meaning that they are, I would say, galactic wizards. Honestly, that's how they work with me with magic, elemental magic, witchcraft or wizardly magic, earth magic, shamanism, healing, things like that. And everything happens because there is a will for it to happen. So it's like, my will be done. And if that is where you are coming into empowerment, then it is highly recommended that you do focus on your will be done, because it is, again, like I said, you're coming into empowerment here. So that being said, your mental transformation has to happen within. It has to go back to the first time that you thought that you couldn't accomplish something, the first time that you thought that a relationship that is super toxic was how love is supposed to be, meaning like you're supposed to suffer in love or things like that. It is the first time that you thought that success wouldn't be yours, or you wouldn't be rich, or whatever it is. Anything that is fear-based, anything that's low vibe, anything that is in the way of you and your empowerment needs to be revisited here. So mentally speaking, any memory, any words that you say to yourself, when you mess up, like for example, a lot of people have this unconscious way of really beating themselves up if they make a mistake, and it's usually connected to someone in their lives that did that initially, like, oh, you suck, or you're a loser, or you're never gonna find love, or you're always fucking up, and things like that. So that's what you need to start to really assess, evaluate, and heal, okay? And by healing, you can start by catching yourself when you start having those thoughts and reversing the thought, meaning like, okay, I acknowledge that this thought came into my head. Now I acknowledge that thought is nothing. It's not supported by me. It is not truthful, or it doesn't really, it doesn't really show me or others who I really am. Okay, so when you do this, then you start to be mindful. So this is really important, because your Syrian guides are very mindful, and they teach the techniques of mindful meditation, where you reevaluate your I would say your day, and catch yourself in your thoughts, as well as your interactions with others. What actions did you take against someone or against yourself? What words did you say against someone or against yourself? Things like that. So this is something that needs to be understood, so that in order for you to manifest the reality that you truly desire, you need to empower your mental state, okay? So your mental body needs to be empowered for this to happen. So this is very beneficial for everyone who is having a hard time with depression issues or pessimism problems or things like that. So it's super important for you guys to explore this, to help yourselves out and really feel like, the words that you say to yourselves have no real authority over the way that you really are, or who you really are, okay? So moving on. So you're going to explore this for this month. So this is the theme for this month, okay? So moving on, we have you got the love, okay? So this is, to me, this card represents any type of energy that is in so many ways toxic, okay? I'm gonna straight out say it, toxic energy. And this could be your own energy and the way that you perceive relationships to others. Are you in a relationship at this time that is toxic in the way that you feel that you're not being understood by your partner? You feel like you have to walk on eggshells around them, or you feel like you can't be yourself, right? Or it could even be with relationships, like platonic relationships, such as friendships, even with your family, things like that. And so it's very important for you to really start to, you know, empower yourself here, where don't hold back how you feel any longer. If you're being mistreated, or you're feeling like you're being mistreated or ignored or disrespected in some way, it's time for you to stick up for yourself, okay? We are seeing this change in dynamics and relationships with a lot of people because it is necessary. It is necessary for us to confront what's wrong in our relationships, to really make amends or heal these aspects or cycles, because in order for us to really feel empowered or feel that self-love, we have to start to emulate that in our within our relationships. Start to tell people, hey, I don't feel like this is love. I feel that this is controlling. I feel that this is manipulative. I feel like this is a one-sided relationship. Whatever it is that you need to say, it's time for you to say it, because it's time for you to show the world, to include yourself, that you really do have good intentions and unconditional love within, okay? And that you're willing to share this with everyone else, all right? So that's what's going to be crossing this mental transformation for a lot of people, especially if you chose this, this pick a card, is that usually in order for you to have a good mental transformation into empowerment, you have to deal with these emotional situations, with these dynamics in your relationships. Okay, so moving on, we have another card. So here we are. Breath of the Cosmos. So this one is about your will, okay? Your divine will, why you are here, what you are trying to create, that will assist you and others to really find peace, balance, and abundance in your life, to really harmonize, your relationships, to also bring in more light into your relationships, more love into them. To me, the breath of the cosmos indicates that you need to really connect to who you really are, as a consciousness, a cosmic consciousness, okay? Meaning that going beyond the earth and really seeking those connections with interdimensional beings, as well as higher dimensional beings, or whatever else, to really recall who you are as a soul and where you've been. This is, these are tools for empowerment, but they're also tools for knowledge and wisdom that you can, bring back into this lifetime, and that can assist you with whatever, things that you're dealing with, okay? Whatever difficulties you're going through, okay? So the breath of the cosmos is another thing with connecting in the way that you allow yourself to just flow instead of, controlling, okay? So if you have a situation where one of your personality traits is very controlling, meaning that you don't like to lose control, you want to be assured of yourself, you don't like to, in so many ways, show emotional whatever, where you're just like very reserved, or you feel like you can't express your emotions sometimes because you feel like that might be weakness in somebody's eyes, or even you might feel that people might use this against you. Whatever it is, this expression of energy is a free-flowing one, meaning it's not restrictive, as well as not restricted to the whatever rules you have set up for your personality and how you interact with others, okay? So I would highly recommend you getting out of your comfort zone and just flowing and just being creative, allowing creativity to come in, allowing yourself to express your emotions through, you know, creative measures such as music, dancing, artwork, whatever it is that'll help you get out of that mental state of restriction of I can't let people in, or I can't be this way because people will make fun of me or judge me, whatever. Okay. It is time for you to really explore, this side of yourself and really get out of that, wanting to control things and wanting people to perceive you in a certain way instead of not really caring. I would say I always see this as the Gemini card. It's like kind of like a wake up call, like hello, like who cares what they think? Be you, you know? So the next one is karmic relationships. So this is pretty much like it's what you have to really look at for this month, is like really go into these relationships and explore the wisdom that you're gaining from them. Not just all the negative things, of course, but really understand, okay, this soul that I'm with, or who I used to be with, helped me look at things in this manner about my personality, about my beliefs, about what I really truly think love is, right? It's kind of like an exploration of the initial information that you gained as a child, I would say, when you felt I would say saw a romantic relationship play out before your eyes, whether it was with your parents, on TV, with the neighbors, or your grandparents, whomever it was that showed you, hey, this is how a romantic relationship goes. And you thought, oh, that's how it is. It's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be toxic. It's supposed to be crazy. It's supposed to be harmful. It's supposed to be heartbreaking, you know, things like that. Okay. So this is the card that tells you, you know, it's time for you to really explore where this cycle began and how, if you are tired of that cycle, how to break free from it, how to heal it, how to move on. Okay. So this is a polarity thing. Okay. Divine masculine versus divine feminine. In every relationship, a lot of us have had, because of this connection to Orion in particular, we've been programmed to think that polarity is negative. You know, we've been programmed to think that opposites are negative, and integration is not a thing at all, right? A separation is real, things like that. So it's important for us to explore this side of ourselves as to why we keep attracting the same type of relationship, the same type of person. What lessons are we learning from them? You know, it might not feel like it's very clear to you at this time, especially if you're living in it. You know, especially when it comes to toxic relationships in particular, you might just be full of hate or resentment or remorse or whatever. But there's always going to be a connection or a link to your initial perceptions of them. You know, how did this come about? Why are you attracting this type of person? What's the wisdom that you're gaining from this interaction? What's going on internally with you that is bringing these cycles over and over and over again? Okay. Are you just here to help people change? Is that what your perception of these relationships are? Or you attract these really toxic people, these rebels, these hurtful people, mean people, I would say, and think, oh, I'm the only one that can help them change or heal or whatever. Is this what it is? Is this a martyrdom complex? Like, that's something very important to explore, because I'm going to tell you right now, that's what it feels like it is. Okay. So as soon as you let go of that and heal that and really focus on what you want in a relationship, what type of partner you really desire, then that's when the karmic relationships end. Okay. So that's all I have for you guys for this month. So again, it's mental transformation. It's all about the mental body here. It's really like refocusing your thoughts, as well as really understanding how they work, or unconsciously what you're allowing to happen in your mind, you know, or what you're believing in, or you know, or how you're being manipulated here. Okay, so that's why this is going to be a very important month for you to finally break free from it and finally find empowerment within yourself. Okay, so it's all about self-care, self-love, self-empowerment, and your divine will be done. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys some other time. Bye bye. Okay, if you guys chose pile number 2, this is the overall energy of the month, so new consciousness. So this is all about refocusing on what you are doing at this time, in this lifetime, this current lifetime. What are your goals? What do you want to transform? What wisdom are you gaining from interactions with others, to include, you know, seeing how your society is changing, or is it still stagnant, or does it need help, or, you know, whatever it is. The new consciousness is kind of like preparing you for a shift in understanding, as well as relations with your fellow humans, to include the earth, because we're focusing on the earth here. So what can be done this lifetime? It's not about, oh, I used to do this, I used to do that in past lifetimes. You know, that's good to explore here and there. It's more about focusing on this lifetime. What needs to be done in order for this to happen, in order for this shift within you, within your society, within the whole of the humanity consciousness at this present moment to happen. How do we shift this in old paradigm into a new paradigm, into a more harmonious, you know, community that is, you know, equally linked, as well as connected and interconnected, I would say, with themselves, to include the Earth Mother. You know, how can we change things to make things better for everyone, not just for the few, okay, for everyone. Okay, so that's what needs to be explored for this month for you, making a plan of action, especially when it comes to your influencing other people in a different direction, in a direction about really thinking about community, serving your community, helping each other out, being more social, things like that. Okay, so that you remember, we need people in order for us to shift this. We can't just do it on our own, being hermits and things like that. This needs actual a community that is motivated, that has the same wants for everyone to be equal, for everyone to be free, for everyone to have more than enough for themselves. Okay, so this is what this means. All right, so let me see. So we are moving on. So you have the Hirieth. So this is homesickness. So a lot of people who are here to really shift the paradigm into something more positive, to work through all the karmic cycles of polarities between the masculine and feminine especially, and to really integrate, have this sense of feeling disconnected to this reality, because they feel like they don't belong here because of all the commotion that's happening, and they just don't really understand why it still exists on this planet, why polarization still exists here, why there is hatred, why there's separation, you know, why there's no peace, why there's still war. And so you might feel very alienated as well, because you're just like, what the hell is going on in this planet? Why is this like this, right? This is not how it's supposed to be. I remember, you know, a location from where I came from, that everything was in harmony. Everything was, you know, group consciousness, and everyone was aware of each other's needs, things like that. So that being said, yes, you might feel homesick. Yes, you might want to escape from this planet. Of course, who doesn't, because of what's going on. But you chose this mission for this reason right here, okay? To assist everyone, to include yourself, to really adapt and overcome and continue the work to bringing higher frequencies and new consciousness shift, I would say, into the collective here on this planet, especially because it is such a dense energy. It can be healed and cleared through your efforts, okay? So that's what they're saying. Yes, you might want to escape, but it's time for you to really settle down and settle into your life here and remember why you came, okay? So moving on, we have inner earth. So working with the inner earth energies is super important for you to feel like you're a part of it, like a part of this whole material world. Working with the mother here, with her spirit, with nature and the elements, will help you balance that, especially if you're feeling disconnected like you are right here. So I highly recommend that you explore the elements, the elemental kingdom, the fairies, the whatever, all these beautiful, like the animals and even minerals, just like these right here, like the stone people, so that you can feel like you're a part of this network that is trying, to shift things for the mother's health and for everyone's health on the mother. And so it's super important for you to do this work where you ground your energy, where you heal these aspects of you that are holding you back into really stepping forward into this real intense mission here. It does feel also like as soon as you do this, as soon as you really connect in that way, that all your problems, a lot of your problems, I would say, with your emotions or your mental health is going to shift, okay? It's going to shift for something more positive, okay? So this is kind of like your new beginnings coming in as soon as you start to do the work, as soon as you start to connect and become a part of the human race, the earth-bound beings here on this planet, and become allies as well as an integrated group consciousness here, okay? Because this is what this mission is all about, is becoming one with the earth, with whoever, all humanity, with the elementals, with the minerals, with the animals, on this planet, so that you be part of because you are already a part of this earth community, but you have to feel it within yourself so that these feelings of wanting to escape don't happen again. And then you start moving yourself into wanting to help the earth evolve. Okay, so moving on. So we have You're Not For Everyone. So this is the card of really allowing yourself to connect, to be who you are without regrets, without fear of judgment, because this work is necessary for that. This type of attitude of just doing your thing and helping is super important for this to be accomplished. Because if you're too worried about, people judging you or not, not believing you or all this stuff that's fear-based and limiting about yourself and the way that you perceive, your own wisdom and why you're here and how you're here to shift things. If you have doubts about yourself and how you're able to accomplish this goal, then that energy needs to shift, okay? So you need to really understand who you are, what your purpose is, and really find your empowerment here, okay? So that you can help with this upcoming energy, this conscious shift here, okay, of the planet. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your month, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, if you chose pile number 3, here is your main energy for the month. So integrity. Integrity is a word that I would say it was drilled in my head because I was in the military for almost over 9 years. Integrity means doing the right thing without expecting praise, without, expecting people to say, oh, good job, or anything like that. It's just doing the right thing even if no one's looking. Okay, so living in integrity means that you need to be honest with yourself, be honest with others. Don't lie to yourself. Don't deny things. Don't manipulate people. That's what this is all about, especially in spirituality. Like, I feel this is something that's a big issue in the spiritual community to this day, where people do not really live in integrity and are telling people how to be spiritual, how to, do it my way, don't do it your way type of thing. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, that's bullshit. A true teacher is actually a student as well, and they'll tell you right away, like, hey, I'm learning this with you. I'm not the one that has all the answers, but I can help you and we can explore it together. Or they could tell you, it is an individual journey too. So meaning that whatever you pick up is right for your soul. Okay. No one can tell you otherwise. No one can just tell you like straight out, like, no, you're wrong. Again, that's a big issue here in this community, especially people telling other people how to be spiritual, how to live their lives as a spiritual being, how to connect, like their way of connecting is wrong. It has to be their way only, things like that. So that's what this card represents, is a spiritual integrity that is necessary within you. So as soon as you stop looking for answers outside of you, then this is definitely, rebuilt within you. So that's what this is all about, is making sure that you discern, information that you receive, even from your own guides, be discerning, as well as be discerning from other people who might look at you as a student and themselves only as a teacher, which is completely wrong, because we're all learning everything together. Not everyone, I would say no one has the right answers regarding spiritual reality, and no one can even say this is how it is ultimately, and that's that. There's no real facts or evidence presented to us to make us believe that someone is right over our own selves. Okay, so that's what you're going to be facing this month, where you're going to have to really live in integrity and really, I would say, get away from people who aren't living in integrity. Stop watching people on YouTube who are clearly manipulating people. Stop following them on social media. Remember, the only thing that you need to follow, the only leader that you need, is yourself, and your own guidance. That's one of the biggest things that I've had to learn on my own on this journey, is that everyone's going to tell you, give you advice here and there, but it's ultimately your choice to choose whether or not that is applicable for you. Okay, some people might get upset with you if you don't do it that way, but guess what? Again, it's your life, it's your path. You have to live it yourself. Okay, so, and you have to live with it too. You have to live with your choices. So anyway, moving on, we have the I'm sorry card. So this is all about, I would say, healing the past. Okay, so anything that's coming up for you for this month regarding maybe you possibly had a lapse in judgment in the past, or you lacked integrity in so many ways, where you probably said something but meant something else, or you took action on something that was gonna benefit you but not others, things like that. Anything that comes up that might make you feel like uneasy about, you know, your choices or how things went down. It's time for you to explore that and heal that, because it is consuming. It is a consuming thing when you don't really live in true integrity or really explore those sides of yourself, and you don't really want to because you're ashamed, right? Or you're embarrassed that things went down that way. But it's important for you to really look at this for this month, because this is how we're healing these cycles of lacking, you know, integrity, and so that we can definitely, you know, walk the walk, or walk our talk, so to speak. Okay, so it's time for you to explore that about yourself, about your personality, about the past, and put it to rest. Okay, put it to rest, heal it, forgive yourself for your lapse in judgment, and then move on. Okay, so learn what you needed to learn, use the wisdom, and apply it to your life this time. Okay, so let's see. So we have earth pulsing. So earth pulsing is all about slowing down and connecting to the earth mother, as well as reflecting and asking for integration and healing. Okay, so it's time for you to explore nature. It's time for you to connect in that way, because it's time for you to balance. So what the earth mother brings us is a balance of our elementals, energies within ourselves. So the elements such as air, fire, water, and earth. Okay, very important for us to balance this, because that's how we balance our mind, our body, our spirit, and our I would say our emotions, because each element represents everything that I just said. So for example, your emotions are represented by the element of water. Exploring that, working with water energy, working with the fairies, you know, mermaid energies, things like that is going to be super beneficial for you to balance that energy. With the earth will be your physical body, exercising, dieting, taking care of yourself. Not dieting in the extremes, more like dieting by like listening to what your body needs nutrition wise, listening to those aches and pains in the physical body. Where is this leading to? Why is it happening? Taking care of yourself, self-care, you know, things like that is super important. And of course, the earth element itself represents your physical body. So going out in nature and grounding, exploring nature spirits, plant medicines, things like that, going, you know, on a hike, things like that, and just being there. Even the animal kingdom can help you with this type of healing too. So it's super, super, super important for you to do that, for balancing that element in your body. Another one would be passion, or the spirit, and that's fire element. And this is about taking action, you know, going for your goals, not hesitating, being reassured, being empowered, and also connecting to the spirit side of you. Like, why is your soul here? What's your purpose? What's your mission? Who are your allies in the spirit realm? You know, things like that can be explored through the fire element. Okay. The next one would be, you know, exploring your mentality with the air element. Okay, the air element is all about the mental focus and what we are focusing on, and how we believe things, or what we are believing in, that is creating things, or are manifesting things in our lives, you know, experiences, memories, dislikes and likes, things like that. So exploring that with the air element will be super beneficial. So take the time to do this, you know, because it's super important for you to balance this out in order for you to remain in integrity, and really be mindful of who your thoughts, your beliefs, and your words, and things like that. Okay, and also to prevent you from being manipulated by others, of course, more than anything. So last card is activated earth. So, you know, going and exploring a power place. A power place is a location on this planet that helps you, I would say, revitalizes you, helps you explore your soul and interdimensionally, as well as, you know, galactically. It helps you understand who you are, what your purpose is, as well as replenishes you and helps you connect to the sanctity of your own, you know, sacredness, your own sacred temple. You can create an actual sacred space in this location. This can be a location on the planet that calls to you, that it feels like home to you, or possibly you know, a location where you had a really good past life and it's time for you to integrate that past life to assist you with the, you know, all the wisdom that you gained back then to the wisdom that's needed to be gained here. So whatever that is, I highly recommend that you do this, explore this, connect in this way. Super important for you to have this connection so that you can start to really do work with the earth, you know, especially with the mother's energies here. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your month. Bye bye. All right, you guys, if you picked pile number 4, this is the overall energy for this month. This is pushing the envelope from Lyra. And so to me, this represents a need for you to get out of your comfort zone, to really take tasks on that are gonna challenge you, okay, and also challenge other people in your life. I'm not saying in a negative way. It's more of like breaking free from anything that is no longer serving you or serving them, helping them recover their own self in, you know, power and or empower themselves, things like that, or yourself too. Anything that is not the norm, I would say, not what we're being led to believe is normal. Okay, so Lyrans, you know, they are very like, their temperaments are very fiery, very direct, and they want you to be the same way, especially if you're lacking in that directness in any area of your life. Maybe you're lacking it in your pursuit of a relationship, or in a relationship. Maybe you're lacking it in your pursuit of financial stability, you know, things like that. So whatever you are lacking, you know, especially with taking action and initiative and going for what it is that you feel needs to be done, the Lyran energy of pushing the envelope will assist you with this for this month. Okay, so moving on, we have Lost Lands, so soul memories and gifts. So you've done this before. So this is all about exploration here, integration of the gifts as well as the soul memories coming from Lyra, so that you get into that action temperament that they are used to, the innovative temperament, as well as you know, fearlessness. I would say it's not complete fearlessness and irrationality. It's more like fearlessness in knowing and feeling confident of the direction that they're taking. That's what you need to do, okay? That's what you need to integrate for this month, so that you are fearless and knowing that you are pursuing something that is long lasting, that is super beneficial for everyone involved, and that is going to give you the confidence to take it on, okay? So moving on, we have Star Brothers. So exploring this as well with Horus energy. So Horus energy represents the solar deity energy too. It represents the action that is taken or needed in order for people to really step into their true power, their leadership role, or why they're here, okay, what they're here to build, what they're here to create, that'll benefit humanity as a whole. Okay, I feel like it's very important for you to really explore with this type of energy, because it is a very Lyran energy too, even though it's an earthbound energy, as well as like a combination of both galactic and earth energy here, to include star energy, of course, because of solar or sun energy. But it's really important for you to explore this. This is the masculine principle here, the masculine principle that is balanced, though. It's not the masculine principle that is toxic, okay? Remember, there's a difference here. The masculine principle that's balanced is coming from the Lyran initiative principle that is completely integrated with the feminine, confident, loving, nurturing, but also takes action. Okay, so that's what you need to work on and integrate with yourself. Calling in the Horus energy will be super beneficial through meditation or through even prayer. You know, like saying, well, as soon as you wake up, you know, today I integrate Horus energy of the divine masculine and feminine that is complementary, that is, you know, empowered, so that I can succeed in whatever endeavors I have for this day. So that would be a good mantra or prayer, I would say, to start off your day with. Okay, so next one is a big picture thinking. So this is the ultimate goal here, is you breaking free from any limiting belief in order for you to get here, in order for you to really see what your life purpose is. What's the big picture here? The big picture for a lot of us that come back to this planet is to help others get out of this mentality of feeling limited, of feeling like you don't have a life purpose, of feeling useless, of feeling like things are just not going your way, you know, anything like that that is fear-based, you know. Also, you know, to help them elevate themselves, as well as to integrate both masculine and feminine principles, so that they become the teachers, you know, of students, and of course vice versa as well, because you're completely still a student as you come along in your growth here on Earth. But it is also about making sure that we shift the consciousness of this planet to include everything on it that lives on it to a higher consciousness, a higher frequency, a higher vibration, so that we can stop all of the suffering, all of the pain, all of the karmic cycles of war, of famine, of chaos, of deceit, manipulation, of just negative polarity. Okay, so that's what this is, and if you're ready for this, then you'll take the proper steps for your soul's growth in order for you to accomplish this goal. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your month, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.